Good morning or afternoon, wherever you watch this, whenever you watch this. This is Yowan talking about the latest changes up to week 42, the latest website update. This recording is more of a off of the bat recording where it's more laid back, and thought of maybe playing some Left 4 Dead 2 for you all as I talk about all the recent changes made onto my website. On the screen are my latest art projects that I've done, um, and more importantly, in a class I've taken at high school, drawing and painting one. This was a really fun class to do, and it definitely challenged my skills when it comes to doing art. I know that as a person, I take things a little bit too seriously and over the top, so due dates were sometimes never really made on time, which is something that I definitely should work on, especially if it's just literally a sketchbook prompt, a prompt that should only take you 2 hours, and for me takes like nine. It just happens when you really want to go above and beyond, and because of that, you spend a lot more effort and time in something that, well, while it is pretty good looking, unfortunately, because of it being late, didn't get a good enough grade because of that. So, um, I know that my art is very out there. It's my own touch. When you compare my art to other people's art, it's like, what in the world did you do? Kind of feeling, which I guess is kind of bad considering that, I just didn't simply really follow the prompt as is or really follow the rubric at that matter. Which, as an artist, I feel like is two-sided. Creativity is something that should always be encouraged, but you should also follow whatever's being presented in front of you instead of trying to be totally rebellious because your art teacher's not going to like it when you submit something that doesn't really follow what she was asking for or he asking for or whatever. It's just um I don't know where I was going in this class. I just seem to follow the beat of my drum. I seem to have these ideas and notions to create what I want, however I want it to do it as. And I feel like it's because of earlier projects I've done, um, that because I wasn't really given directions, I created my own directions and I started to follow whatever I was interested in. And so, doing something that's more grounded as a class, um, and given assignments, I just wasn't in a line with that kind of work. Just following instructions and doing the prompt is not really my thing. I seem to just want to do whatever expresses me or whatever I want to do. And in a class setting, uh, the teacher doesn't like that. So I hope, next time, I know next year I am signing up for a much higher level art class, an AP class that I do a little bit better with following the instructions. So these are all the assignments that I've done in that class. Some of these assignments I had to do twice over because I didn't follow the prompt. And yeah, it gets frustrating when you have to do something twice over, even though you like what you've worked on and you generally are impressed with what you work on. And yeah, it's just that when you're in a class you have to follow your teacher's expectations, and for me I just get tired of that. I don't really like that because it can be limiting towards what you want to do. And I guess in this case, because I'm trying to do this for a grade, I should just follow what I'm given. I don't know how other people maybe feel about my stance because I know classmates sitting right next to me, they go like, "Oh, you just follow whatever you do, and the teachers hate you for that." And it's like I just like to draw, I like to do my own things, and I guess, teachers just they want you to follow instructions, and they want you to do what they're asking you to do. And so I get it. It's art, right? It shouldn't be this hard, but for me it just is like, well, I have this and this idea, and then these ideas just don't really align to the teacher. So it's not like the teacher I had was bad. No, my teacher was amazing. It's just that I just didn't follow instructions, and I guess it's my fault because I really didn't follow instructions. So most of these art pieces, yeah. I mean, I I don't know. I don't know really. It's kind of weird when you do something that you find is passionate and you are, valued by it. And, it turns heads when you walk into the halls, right? You're holding your art piece on a board, right? To prop it up when you're doing it, right? And then you bring it into classrooms and teachers are asking you, wow, what is that? And then you show that to your art teacher, and it's like they have a response totally different from everybody else, right? And that's expected, right? Because they're the art teacher, but at the same time, you're like, how is everybody liking this, but not my art teacher, right? It's weird. I guess it's because it's a professional as compared to the everyday person. Because the everyday person's gonna be like, hell yeah, that's that's really cool. But you show that in front of a teacher, and because they come from a professional background, it's like they're gonna be like different from everybody else because they have a different taste, or maybe they were taught differently, or maybe because they have a different style that they want you to push for, and you're simply just not doing it. It's going back to not following the instructions. A lot of people definitely looked at me differently in that class. They create these art pieces, and then you look at mine, and it's completely different from everybody else in that class, which that would be expected for, every other person's art piece because it's their own creation. But at the same time, it's like, wow, Parker, this is. I look at every 26 other students. Here's yours, and it's like, what? What are you doing, right? And I don't know if that's negative or positive or whatever. Again, I follow my own interest. I follow my own beliefs. I do my own things. I take that assignment, and I'll have like different ideas that sometimes like won't correlate with it. And I don't know. I find that I'm just a true individualist when it comes to art. Everything that I do is just my own touch, right? It's that own experience, when I put my Yo signature on it. It's the classic Yo one, the classic Parker Yost art piece, right? So I feel like I just need to do better at following instructions, following what people want. And even though, yes, it's a little constraining, I'm sure there's workaways around it that, you know, I can still be creative and I can still do what I want to do. This has been Young One. Week 42. It's been crazy. I'm gonna enjoy this summer break, make some animations, and just take it easy. Love you all. Peace and hair grease. And to you as well, take it easy.